Most Americans see their car as a monthly expense. Every month, money disappears into car payments, gas, insurance, repairs, registration fees, and depreciation. But what if that same vehicle sitting in your driveway right now could actually become a cash flow asset instead of a financial liability? Imagine waking up to notifications that your car earned money while you were sleeping. Imagine using your SUV, pickup truck, or even your old sedan to create multiple streams of income without quitting your job or risking your entire savings account. In a country where inflation continues to squeeze household budgets and millions of Americans are searching for extra income, your car may be one of the most overlooked passive income opportunities in the United States today. And the best part is, most people never realize how many ways their vehicle can quietly generate cash every single month.
Here's the reality most finance gurus don't talk about. The average American car sits unused for more than 90% of the day. That means the second largest purchase most people make after a house is basically parked and losing value every hour. Depreciation alone can quietly destroy thousands of dollars in wealth over time. According to automotive industry estimates, many vehicles lose around 15 to 20% of their value every year. Meanwhile, the owner still pays insurance, maintenance, and loan interest. Financially speaking, that's a terrible deal, unless you flip the equation and make the car work for you. Wealthy people understand something important. Assets should produce income. And in 2026, technology has made it easier than ever to turn an ordinary vehicle into a real income-producing machine. One of the most popular methods is peer-to-peer car sharing. Think of it like Airbnb, but for vehicles. Platforms across the United States now allow people to rent out their cars to travelers, business professionals, tourists, or even locals whose vehicles are temporarily unavailable. Instead of your car sitting in a parking lot all weekend, it can be earning money for you. Many Americans are already generating hundreds or even thousands of dollars monthly this way, especially in cities with airports, tourism, or limited public transportation. A newer SUV, electric vehicle, or luxury car often commands higher daily rental rates, but even economy vehicles can perform surprisingly well because renters frequently prioritize affordability. The key financial principle here is simple: monetize idle assets. It's the same reason real estate investors rent out unused property.
Now, before you start imagining easy money, there are important financial realities to understand. The IRS considers income earned from car sharing taxable income. That means you need proper record keeping, just like any small business owner. Mileage, maintenance, insurance upgrades, cleaning costs, depreciation, and platform fees can potentially become deductible business expenses depending on your situation. This is why many financially smart vehicle owners eventually structure their car income like a side business instead of random cash flow. Understanding taxes separates amateurs from people who actually build sustainable wealth. If your vehicle starts consistently producing income, you're no longer just a driver, you're operating an income-generating asset. Another powerful strategy is delivery and logistics work, but not necessarily the way most people think. Many Americans immediately associate delivery driving with exhausting long hours and low pay, but smart earners often focus on selective, optimized driving rather than endless grinding. Some drivers only operate during high-demand hours, when surge pricing spikes. Others combine multiple apps strategically to maximize earnings per mile. The real goal is efficiency. Every mile on your car has a financial cost attached to it, including fuel, maintenance, tire wear, depreciation, and insurance. People who ignore these costs often think they're making more money than they actually are. This is where understanding net profit becomes critical. Gross earnings mean nothing if your expenses silently eat away most of the income.
Electric vehicles have completely changed this equation for many Americans. Lower fuel costs and reduced maintenance can significantly improve profit margins for people using vehicles for income generation. An EV owner charging at home during off-peak utility hours may spend dramatically less compared to traditional gasoline drivers. This is why some financially savvy Americans now specifically purchase vehicles based on income potential rather than appearance or status. Instead of asking, "Does this car look impressive?" they ask, "Can this vehicle generate positive cash flow?" That mindset shift alone can completely transform personal finances over time. But there's an even more passive approach many people overlook entirely: advertising. Yes, companies in the United States actually pay drivers to place advertisements on their vehicles. Some programs wrap entire cars in branded graphics, while others use smaller decals or digital rooftop displays. For commuters who already drive long distances daily, this can become relatively easy extra income without significantly changing their lifestyle. The amount earned depends on driving location, mileage, and market demand, but the principle remains fascinating. Companies are willing to pay for attention, and your car is already moving through thousands of visual impressions every week. Now let's talk about one of the smartest ways people are leveraging trucks and larger vehicles. If you own a pickup truck, cargo van, or trailer, you may already possess a hidden business asset. In many communities, people constantly need help moving furniture, transporting appliances, hauling construction materials, or delivering bulky purchases from stores. Instead of starting a full moving company, some Americans simply rent out hauling services locally during weekends or off hours. Others rent the truck itself through specialized platforms. A pickup truck sitting unused in a driveway may actually represent untapped earning power, worth hundreds or thousands annually. This is where personal finance starts becoming psychological. Most people buy vehicles emotionally. They finance expensive cars to impress coworkers, neighbors, or social media followers. Then they spend years trapped in monthly payments while the vehicle rapidly loses value. Financially disciplined individuals think differently. They focus on cash flow, return on investment, and opportunity cost. Every dollar tied up in a depreciating vehicle is money that could have been invested into index funds, dividend stocks, real estate, or retirement accounts like a 401k or Roth IRA. So if a car is going to consume a significant portion of your income, making it produce revenue becomes a financially intelligent strategy. Insurance is another major factor people must understand before trying any vehicle income strategy. Personal auto insurance often does not fully cover commercial activities. Many Americans discover this too late after an accident or claim dispute. Specialized rideshare or commercial coverage may be necessary, depending on how the vehicle is being used. Skipping this step can create serious financial risk. Smart wealth building is never about chasing fast money recklessly. It's about protecting assets while generating sustainable income.
Credit also plays a surprisingly important role in this conversation. A strong FICO score can dramatically reduce auto loan interest rates, lowering the overall cost of owning the income-producing vehicle in the first place. Someone with excellent credit may save thousands in financing costs compared to someone with poor credit. That means two people driving identical vehicles could experience completely different financial outcomes simply because one person managed debt responsibly. Wealth building is often less about huge, dramatic moves and more about stacking small financial advantages consistently over time. Another interesting trend emerging in the United States involves content creation and mobile businesses. Some entrepreneurs are transforming vehicles into mobile studios, coffee carts, detailing services, pet grooming vans, or even social media filming setups. Instead of paying massive commercial rent, they use mobility as a business advantage. This highlights something important about modern finance. Assets are becoming more flexible. A vehicle today can function as transportation, advertising space, delivery infrastructure, rental inventory, and even a business headquarters, all at the same time. Of course, there are risks. More miles mean faster depreciation. More usage increases maintenance costs. Market demand can fluctuate. Platforms can change fee structures. Economic downturns may reduce consumer spending. And if someone damages your vehicle, the downtime itself can become financially painful. That's why successful vehicle income earners think strategically rather than emotionally. They calculate risk-to-reward ratios carefully. They build emergency funds for repairs. They monitor expenses relentlessly. They understand that passive income still requires management. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is confusing revenue with wealth. Earning an extra $1,500 a month sounds amazing until unexpected repairs, taxes, higher insurance premiums, and depreciation consume most of the profit. Real financial intelligence means understanding net margins, tax implications, and long-term sustainability. This is why tracking every dollar matters. Wealthy people monitor numbers obsessively because numbers reveal reality. Still, despite the risks, the opportunity is very real. In a time when many Americans struggle with rising costs, stagnant wages, and economic uncertainty, turning an underused car into a productive asset can create breathing room financially. That extra income could accelerate debt payoff, strengthen an emergency fund, increase retirement contributions, or help invest in appreciating assets instead of liabilities. Even a few $100s monthly invested consistently into diversified index funds over many years can compound into serious wealth. At the end of the day, the biggest lesson here is not really about cars, it's about mindset.
Most people look at what they own and only see expenses. Financially successful people look at the same objects and ask a different question: how can this generate income? That single question changes everything. Your car doesn't have to remain a symbol of monthly payments and shrinking value. In today's economy, it can become a tool for financial leverage, cash flow, and long-term wealth creation. And for millions of Americans trying to gain more financial freedom, that shift from consumer thinking to asset thinking may be one of the most powerful financial moves they ever make.